and Tennessee.
Welcome to the Basketball Hall of Fame Revival Series. Number 3 UConn taking on number 25 Tennessee. As we welcome you inside our ESPN studios. Hey everybody, Ryan Rucco alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. So happy to be with you tonight for this matchup between UConn and Tennessee. 24th time these teams are meeting. You know a little something about this rivalry, having played in the first ever meeting and having won it as well.
Yeah, for over a decade, this was the best rivalry in women's college basketball. You couldn't touch it. We got an exciting game a season ago. Hope for another one here tonight.
We know there's so much history when it comes to these teams. For more on that, we check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, there is so much history, and it's even more dramatic this week that Gino Auriemma, with a win on Tuesday over Butler, actually passed Pat Summitt and is now moved into second place for overall career wins. He said, I'd much rather be coaching against Pat and continuing to chase her record than get it myself. But he said it does mean so much to all of the people around the program. Everybody famously knows this was a friendship based in rivalry and competition. It got heated at times between Pat Summitt and Gino Auriemma, but my favorite moment between the two of them, Pat Summitt, just before she announced that she had become ill, she was there at the women's Final Four, and as soon as Gino Auriemma saw her, he made a beeline. And of course, the love and the respect that ultimately fueled this rivalry was on display. It was a tender moment. Gino walked away with tears in his eyes, and I know that Gino Auriemma has Pat Summitt on his mind tonight as he's taking on Tennessee at Tennessee for the first time in 15 years.
Well, no question about that, Holly. One other thing that we know Gino Auriemma has on his mind is his stud freshman, Paige Bueckers, the #1 recruit in the nation, getting to play in front of fans tonight in Tennessee.
Yeah, Gino told us yesterday that kids that are gifted live for the lights, and Paige Bueckers is gifted. She has next-level vision and ability to deliver the basketball. If you are open for a second, she will find you. She's 5'11" and long, shoots the gap well, leading UConn in steals. She's outstanding from 3, making 54% from deep, and she plays with a joy. It's hard to take your eyes off of her when she's on the floor. She's the next superstar in stores.
Leads her team in points, assists, steals, and three-point field goal percentage. Meanwhile, Tennessee, they have a dynamic duo in Rennia Davis and Ray Burrell.
Yeah, they are led by their big backcourt. 6'2" senior Rennia Davis, smooth in the open court and can create off the dribble. 6'1" junior Ray Burrell, Tennessee's best perimeter shooter and leading scorer. The Lady Vols' size in the backcourt gives their opponents problems.
Getting ready to go from Thompson Bowling Arena. Number 25, Tennessee. Number 3, UConn. And Tennessee wins the tip. Jordan Horston controls. Here is Burrell. Giving it up. Davis looking for some space. One thing to watch, Tennessee is big, and big on the perimeter as well, as you talked about, Rebecca. A lot of size to their guards. How does UConn handle it as Marta Suarez travels and Tennessee turns it over? Take a look at the UConn starting lineup tonight. The freshman Paige Bueckers, Kristen Williams, Avina Westbrook, Aubrey Griffin, who really changed the meeting between these teams last season, and Olivia Nelson-Ododa.
Both teams starting out in a man-to-man defense, and you saw when Tennessee had the basketball, a turnover on the first possession. Turnovers have been their Achilles heel all season long.
Nelson-Ododa, who will try and drag those Tennessee bigs away. That 3 rims off, and the rebound taken by Tennessee is Griffin unable to hit. You see the Tennessee starting lineup, Burrell and Davis with Suarez, Horston, and Key.
Interesting that Aubrey Griffin took that 3-point shot. That's only her 4th on the season, and she has yet to make one.
Davis elevates, couldn't finish. The follow won't go. Another chance is good. Tennessee doing work on the offensive glass, and Suarez the bucket.
Tennessee doing what Tennessee does, and that's going after the offensive boards. They don't always hurt you on their first shot. It's the second and third attempts that get you.
Make it Key on the layup inside. And the misfire hauled down by Burrell. Burrell able to cross over away from the pressure. How about Davis? Off on a three. That rebound is controlled by UConn. Nelson Adota able to. Williams, who Gino Auriemma has been very happy with in practice of late, said she's probably gotten better the last 3 or 4 days than the last 2 seasons, as Becker's unable to connect from downtown.
You saw Aubrey Griffin with the offensive rebound. She has more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds, an incredibly active forward for Connecticut.
Pull-up jumper for Horston, too strong. Another offensive rebound. Key, short, another offensive rebound, and a foul against UConn, as Kelly Harper's team already showing their prowess on the offensive glass. 2 wins over top 15 teams this season. She's very happy with the progression of the program in her 2nd season at the helm of Tennessee. The former great member of those Pat Summitt Lady Vol teams. 3 titles as a player with Tennessee. A jumper too strong. Rebound taken in by UConn. Here comes Williams. Wiggling away from the paint. Trying to set up Olivia Nelson-Adota. Nice footwork and the finish for UConn's first bucket.
Yeah, when Nelson-Adota gets the ball on the right block, she likes to do that either with a 1-dribble fade or taking it all the way to the other side. Good start for Nelson-Adota.
Tennessee able to break the pressure. UConn 8-0 this season as that 3 is good. Ray Burrell connecting from downtown. 43.5% from deep this season. Nelson-Adota can't hit. Rebound knocked away by Horston. Got enough on it for Suarez to grab it for Tennessee.
Last year, Connecticut's pressure, in particular from Griffin, really bothered Tennessee. They turned it over a ton in that game.
The rush shot, no good. Knocked out of bounds off of Tennessee.
Olivia Nelson-Adota gets the ball here on the right block, assesses the situation quickly. She loves going over that right shoulder. Ray Burrell has improved so much over the course of her career, and that's where the size helps you. They can see over Connecticut's perimeter defenders.
That 3 is good for Kristen Williams. Shooting it at 35% from downtown this season. Burrell spinning just left of the lane, can't get it to drop. Rebound secured by Nelson-Adota.
I'm interested in the matchup inside with Tamari Key and Olivia Nelson-Adota. Both got into early foul trouble a season ago in this matchup.
Beckers, what a quick first step. Paige Beckers is fouled and will shoot 2.
Connecticut is a high assist team. They want to move the ball around in order to get good shots. You see it there. Pass, get to the open, Kristen Williams.
Well, you look at UConn's numbers up and down. You mentioned assists, which they're 2nd in the nation in. Scoring margin, they're 1st. Field goal percentage, they're 1st. Littered with top 10 statistical numbers up and down their team as Beckers hits both free throws. The 2020 Naismith Prep Player of the Year. The Gatorade Female Athlete of the Year. The #1 recruit in the nation this season, Paige Beckers. Our first chance getting to see her on ESPN this season.
And we have not seen her yet in a really close game. Interested to see what that will look like. What a great box out that time by Griffin on the 6'5", Tamari Key.
Here is Beckers, lost the handle. Squeezes it to the outside, Westbrook. And Westbrook traveled, UConn turns it over.
It's going to be interesting to see Avina Westbrook. She spent the first 2 years of her career in a Tennessee uniform, transferred to Connecticut, sat out last year. There's got to be all kinds of nerves flowing through her right now.
Well, I actually spoke to Avina about that yesterday. She's the first person ever to transfer from Tennessee to UConn. It's very unusual. And she said, it started on the bus ride. I feel nervous and I feel excited. But the most important thing, this is not about me. This is about my team. I'm here with my team, with UConn for a common goal. But I know she's got nerves and flutters. I know her mom's there watching. It's very unusual for a Tennessee transfer at UConn, but she's going to make the most of it tonight and focus on her team and not herself.
Holly, it was interesting talking with Gino Auriemma, where he said, multiple times a day at practice, I'll look at the other coaches and just say, wow, he is going to be real good.
She's got a great skill set. She can shoot from the outside. She's shown an ability to drive, can deliver to her teammates. Only 2 games this season, Ryan, has she shot under 64%.
Horston gets denied by the athletic Griffin. Nice feed down the floor from Beckers. Williams can't finish. Rebound snared away by Davis. Horston goes behind the back to Davis. Davis given space, just cupped it up too strong. The follow is good. There's that matchup you were wondering about, Rebecca, with Key finishing on the putback.
4 offensive rebounds now for Tennessee. Neither team shooting over 30%. It has been ugly early. I think you're seeing some nerves on both sides.
Griffin connecting from downtown.
We talked about it. She does not take a lot of threes, and if she can add that to her game, lights out, because she has quickness to get by anybody.
Rebecca, she had taken 3 threes all season. She has taken 2 already tonight. A 10-7 UConn lead, 3:45 to go in this first. UConn number 3, Tennessee number 25. Here's Suarez. 8 to shoot. Burrell will try and connect.
Did you see Kristen Williams' perfect contest right in her face? When you have size and can see, you can still shoot over it.
Burrell with 6 points. She's 2 of 2 from downtown. How about Beckers? Can't get the roll. Rebound Burrell. Down the floor for Tennessee. Davis got hit. Smothered. A second effort and a good find to Key for the leg.
Tamari Key is working hard inside. Offensive boards, running the floor, resulting in layups.
Nice find. Beckers to Griffin for the bucket and the foul.
Buckle up, it's UConn, Tennessee. Both teams draining some threes. Aubrey Griffin hitting for UConn. Ray Burrell, the junior, doing the same for the Lady Vols. Holly Rowe and I had a chance to talk to Coach Auriemma last year in the shoot-around before that game, and he was very reflective on his relationship with Pat Summitt and the meaning of the rivalry and the meaning of their relationship. It was a really interesting conversation.
And Rebecca, Coach Auriemma has said to us, when I was trying to build this program, I craved the attention. I was trying to get attention, sell tickets, and maybe his brash personality and being dramatic rubbed Pat Summitt the wrong way, but he respected Pat Summitt. He respects Pat Summitt, and he's been very emotional since she became ill and since she has passed away, and I think he realizes just how special that relationship and rivalry was.
Just an incredible respect between those coaches, entertaining sound bites, added fuel to the rivalry, and so good to see these teams back playing. Pat Summitt's name will forever hang in the rafters at Tennessee, the 8-time national champion. These teams, as you well know, Rebecca, met constantly from 1995 through 2007, then did not meet again until last season, and it's so good to see them back playing the Basketball Hall of Fame Revival Series. UConn won last year, 60-45, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Tennessee. Coming up after our game, it's Arizona and Arizona State in Tempe. Sean Miller and the Wildcats, 10-3, 4-3 in the Pac-12, while Bobby Hurley and star guard Remy Martin will look for the upset. Our coverage tips at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ESPN. Davis 0-5 to start this game. Tennessee has had 6 offensive rebounds. Ray Burrell hot to start. 8 points in this opening quarter.
I don't think Connecticut needs to send extra defenders inside when the ball goes into Kushketawa, because you leave Ray Burrell open, and she has been hot. I would take that matchup with Nelson Adota against Kushketawa.
Did you really want to give us that piece of analysis, or did you just want to say Kush Kitwa twice?
That many times, that's
yeah,
right.
That's what I thought. A 14-13 first quarter lead for Tennessee. 90 seconds left of the opening frame. Kush Kitwa probing the paint, got the delivery, and finishes.
But you do want to have one on him.
On who again?
Kush Kitwa.
Olivia Nelson-Ododa is fouled and is going to shoot two.
When Tennessee doesn't turn the basketball over, they can get good looks at the basket here. Kush Kitwa surrounded, Ray Burrell wide open. And then too much help comes. Griffin doesn't drop. Wide open for two inside. Kelly Harper told us, I just want to get shots up. I feel good if we get shots up, if we don't turn the ball over. And why does she feel good? Because even when they miss them, they've been able to get 50% of their misses by getting on the offensive glass.
Kelly Harper was very positive about the direction her team is going. Brought up an example in practice lately where she had Jordan Horston reminding her team a drill they do, and the coaching staff would always say, two hands, and she said, Jordan beat her to it, and was telling her teammates, remember, two hands, and for her, that was a sign of, okay, things are sinking in, we're growing, we're learning. That layup won't go. Another offensive rebound, though.
It's an example of how the culture she feels is changing. She said it's things you don't see unless you're in the locker room and at practice every day, but we're going in the right direction.
Kush Kitwa gets fouled and is going to shoot two.
And so Tennessee has a really big lineup in. They've got both Kush Kitwa and Key in. And Connecticut can match that size with Aaliyah Edwards if they bring her in off the bench. But you want to find minutes for Aubrey Griffin because she is so active and was such a game changer in the matchup a season ago.
Kush Kitwa, not a good free throw shooter, goes 1 for 2 there, 48% in her career for the senior. She is now 10 of 22 this season from the line. UConn 2 of 9 from deep. They've attempted just 3 shots inside the arc. They're now 2 of 10 from downtown. What do you think about the shots UConn's getting, Rebecca?
I'm more interested in the shots they're taking, that their bigs have taken so many shots from 3, and at times relatively early in the shot clock. We're not used to seeing that from Connecticut.
Well, the shot clock's turned off here, so UConn can throttle it back a moment and wind this down. They won't, though. Griffin loses it. Now Beckers, with 7 seconds left in the quarter, finds Williams. Her jumper is smooth. And that's how the first quarter will end. Tennessee, a 1-point lead after 1. Just the second quarter this season that UConn has been outscored. The first time they've trailed after a first.
Tennessee with a 1-point lead, in large part due to Ray Burrell. She has been terrific so far in this game with 8 points. Even when she's got a contest, hand in her face, she's been able to hit, and then when she's wide open, forget about it. This junior has been terrific this season, leading the Lady Vols in scoring. Her improvement over the course of her career, tremendous.
Well, Ray Burrell told me yesterday that she's letting the game slow down. She's not pressing. She's not forcing things. And one of the reasons why, she said, I finally have had the same coach for 2 years back-to-back now. I understand what Kelly Jolly Harper needs, what she expects of me, and it's the first time I haven't felt like I have to prove myself all over again. I can set the tone and set the expectation, and she's very comfortable out there this season.
Well, she looked comfortable in that first quarter for sure. 5 ties, 4 lead changes in that first. Neither team led by more than 3 at any point. And we have another lead change to begin this quarter as Williams hits another jump.
That was pretty. That was pretty. The quick little retreat got the defense off balance, gave her plenty of space to hit the shot.
Walker orchestrating for Tennessee with Davis. Davis able to bank that in. First field goal of the game for Anaya Davis, coming off a 21-point, 10-rebound performance against Alabama. Ryan Rucco, Rebecca Lobo, Holly Rowe with you as Williams lays it in, plus the foul. A chance for 3 for Kristen Williams, who has looked good in this first half.
9 points already for Kristen Williams, and Gino Auriemma has to be thrilled, coming off a great week of practice and a big game. A season ago in the first half, she went 0 for 6 against Tennessee. She didn't really find her legs until the second half. They need her to produce early tonight, and she certainly has.
Williams misses the free throw. Rebound controlled by Key. Walker will bring it up. NC State, North Carolina, 2 Eastern on ESPN on Saturday afternoon. Wall-to-wall hoops this time of year. Burrell gets denied, but fouled, and Ray Burrell will go to the line as Olivia Nelson-Ododa is down.
Hey, you heard Coach Auriemma saying to Kristen Williams, that was a blocked shot. That was her second foul. You need to let that go when you have a shot blocker behind you.
Ooh, they called it on Williams,
yes.
But Williams looked like she got it cleanly, and maybe Nelson-Ododa came with contact before she ended up receiving it herself in the face from Burrell.
Nelson-Ododa in the game last year picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter and didn't play in the second quarter, sat much of the third. UConn does not have a lot of size. What they do have this year, they have Aaliyah Edwards, the freshman coming in off the bench, who brings size, but Nelson-Ododa at 6'5" is without question their biggest.
Edwards 6'3". One thing Gino Auriemma did say is, look, no one's going to out-bully Aaliyah Edwards.
No.
As Nelson-Ododa takes a seat.
Aaliyah Edwards has 15 fouls on the season, 5 of them offensive. If she gets the ball on the low block, she has a good chance of getting an offensive foul today with her aggressiveness.
Anna Makarad into the game as well, as that three's too strong again. Griffin attempting from downtown. She had taken 3 threes all year before tonight. She's now taken 3 in this first half.
Coach Auriemma clearly given his bigs the green light to shoot from the perimeter, but I don't think any of Tennessee's bigs can defend Griffin off the bounce.
Beckers does not have a field goal yet in this game. Shot clock at 10. Makarad leaning, denied by Key, and then a foul called on Anna Makarad.
Tennessee is long at every position. Their guards are long, their bigs are long. Tamari Key, a terrific shot blocker. Nice job coming out on the shooter.
Tamari Key has been very impactful early on in this game. 6 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. 20-20. A tight opening half between Tennessee and UConn. Here's Burrell. Walker dumps it inside. Pass knocked away. Walker gets it back. 5 to shoot. Burrell pulls and hits. Able to make something of the broken play.
That's pretty remarkable because her hands weren't ready when the ball first came to her, and she was able to collect and finish. Kristen Williams out of the game now with 2 fouls. Where does the offense come for Connecticut? Paige Beckers needs to get more involved.
Griffin lost it, shoveled it out. Edwards' jumper is good. Aaliyah Edwards connecting on her first attempt of the game. The freshman out of Ontario, the number 26 recruit this year. Jordan Walker giving it up. And a whistle as Key was working against Edwards.
She wasn't getting bullied. She wasn't getting bullied.
Doesn't mean she's not going to get a whistle.
Right.
These rivalry games start a stellar college basketball Saturday with 4 games on ESPN and the app. Number 9, Kansas squares off against Oklahoma in Norman at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. Then we head to Chapel Hill for NC State in North Carolina. The Tar Heels have won 5 of their last 6 and 9 of 11 against the Wolfpack. 23-22, Tennessee lead on UConn. 6:43 to go in this first half. Burrell, not that time. Good fight by Walker, and she stepped out of bounds. UConn ball, nearly another offensive rebound though. 7 already in this game. So actually credit Walker with one there before stepping out of bounds. So 8 offensive rebounds in the game for Tennessee.
Game was a little ugly early. Both teams turning it over, but they've gotten cleaned up since then.
Now, one thing you talked about, Rebecca, as Becker's jumper is good. First field goal of the game for the freshman Paige Beckers. Segues into what I was going to bring up to you when you talked about in regard to Paige off the top of the broadcast. Gino Auriemma was excited for his team to actually get to play in front of a crowd. Wanted them to have that energy. That's payoff, because they obviously have not gotten to experience that this season much at all.
They said, I think when the lights go on, you'll see a different energy from our team than you have seen all season.
Pull-up jumper is good for Avina Westbrook. And a delay of game warning called against UConn. Westbrook connecting on her first field goal of the game. See the fans in the stands, somewhere around 4,000 fans, socially distanced at Thompson Bowling Arena.
Did you see the banana?
I did see the banana, and I guess you did too.
I'm sure there's a story there, I just don't know it yet.
Holly Rowe will have it in no time. Knocked out of bounds, last touch, Tennessee. UConn ball, they are on a 6-0 run, as Tennessee now with 6 turnovers in this opening half. So you wonder, where would the offense come with Williams out of the game? UConn's been able to find it last couple possessions.
Yeah, it didn't come from their big shooting threes. It came from Beckers hitting a shot and Avina Westbrook hitting a shot. Now you get the offensive foul on the screen. Ryan, we've seen so many of those this year. Screens out on the perimeter.
Any particular reason why you feel it's been?
I don't know. I just know there's been a lot of them in the games we've called, a lot of them in the games I've watched.
Here McLean was called for that illegal screen. On the floor for UConn, it's Edwards, Beckers, McLean, Westbrook, and Makarat. Salary, Walker, Kushkitawa, Burrell, and Key for Tennessee. Burrell, she has been the best player on the floor this first half. The 3 from Suarez bricks off, and the rebound taken by Beckers. Here is Paige Beckers. Dishing. Westbrook. Nice find to Edwards, who lays it in. Good offense starting to formulate here for UConn in the second.
Yeah, good offense, good patience, good extra passing, good balance.
8-0 UConn run. They have their largest lead. First time either team has led by more than 3. Burrell with an answer.
Man, she's been really good. She has been ready for this moment, ready for this game. She's played terrific all season long. And what a start for her here against UConn.
Kelly Harper told us no surprise to them the jump she's taken, because had an incredible summer, incredible fall, and she is playing like she practiced every single day during those months. Burrell's shooting has just been dramatically improved as Becker steps out of bounds. UConn turns it over. 3-point UConn lead, but how about Ray Burrell?
Ray Burrell has been outstanding. You know it's a good game when your hands aren't even ready. You can still recover and drain it. Ray Burrell with 14.
Well, guys, there's a rage sweeping the country, and it's the Hot Sauce Challenge. Some fans for UConn, when their men's team was down to Marquette by 18 in January, said if they came back to win, they would take a shot of hot sauce for the Hot Sauce Challenge. Well, the Husky Ticket program got on board, that project got on board, and if you take a shot of hot sauce now, if you're a UConn Husky person, You can donate $5, and they've raised over $15,000 for tickets that will go to underprivileged kids. So the women's team got in on it. Everybody took a little shot of hot sauce. I don't know how hot that sauce was, but I would like to issue a challenge to you guys. I've got my hot sauce here, and at halftime, I would like to see if I can get you all to join in on the hot sauce challenge.
I'm down.
One thing I've learned over the years, if Holly Rowe challenges you, you accept it.
That's right. Oh, the steal. Suarez trying to beat the traffic and does.
For the most part, this game for both teams has been played in the half court. They both excel when they can turn turnovers into fast break points the other way. You see 2 there for Tennessee.
That was the #1 key from Kelly Harper. Transition D against this UConn team. They haven't given them many opportunities, as you said, in this first half. Another nice bucket from Avina Westbrook, who's looked very under control and effective.
And Connecticut's looked more effective when they've been looking to attack and get 2-point shots versus threes. Connecticut now in a 2-3 zone.
To your point, 10 of 13 from 2, 2 of 11 from 3. Suarez with a hand in her grill. No matter for Marta Suarez. And this game is tied again.
Tennessee only averages 5 made threes per game on the season.
They already have 4 in this first half. Beckers, no roll. Suarez the rebound. Tennessee on the move. Destiny Salary.
For Tennessee to do this with Renaya Davis on the bench with a couple of fouls has been impressive.
Burrell working around the screen from Key. The runner is short. Rebound left for Westbrook. Westbrook all the way in. Gets denied by Key.
Suarez getting out in the passing lane, coming down, able to turn it into 2 the other way. The only 2 fast break points of the game. Inside, a little outside. And then the block from Tamari Key. That is what she does so well.
3 blocks for Tamari Key thus far tonight as the foul's called against Tennessee.
Well, guys, Marta Suarez having some nice minutes here. She grew up in a tiny town in northern Spain, and she said, I didn't know much about women's basketball until one day I was watching television and the UConn-UCLA game came on in the NCAA tournament, a game which, by the way, we did. I was very excited about that. She said, I really fell in love with women's basketball. Her favorite player is Candace Parker, and they recognized her talent very early from that small town in Spain. They moved her to Barcelona, where she stayed 2 years in a dormitory in a training program for their national team. And when you say she's a basketball junkie, she wears that number 3 because of Larry Bird. She said, I've watched the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson documentary hundreds of times. I can recite every word.
I love that. Kelly Harper emphasized that really strongly to us as well, just how much Marta Suarez loves basketball.
And the COVID recruitment is interesting too. I mean, they recruited her completely over Zoom.
Yeah.
They watched film of her, saw her play. She didn't get to visit the campus, but now is here starting as a freshman for Tennessee.
Kelly Harper also said she is just such a fun person, always smiling. Love being around her. 1 point UConn lead, under 2 minutes to go in this opening half. Salary will back it out against this UConn zone. Key faces up. How about this first half for Tamari Key?
Tamari Key has really come alive over the course of the last now 3.5 games, averaging double figures, rebounding the ball, shooting it efficiently.
Straight line drive. Edwards just blew the bunny. Here comes Salary. Pushing for Tennessee. Salary connects on a deep 3. 5th 3 of the half for Tennessee.
Confidence is contagious, and right now all of the Tennessee players stepping confidently into their 3-point shots.
Strong response from Tennessee after the UConn 8-0 run. Westbrook with an answer. It's back and forth now. Avina Westbrook with 8 points in this opening half. A 1-point Tennessee lead. Outstanding first half between the Huskies and Lady Vols. About a 17-second difference, game and shot clock. Walker will pull. No. Rebound. Burrell. Burrell in the corner. No. And the rebound swallowed up by Westbrook. The flip ahead to Griffin. Lobbing to Edwards, who is fouled. And Aaliyah Edwards is going to shoot 2.
Aaliyah Edwards has come in and been a nice presence for UConn in her first game against the Lady Vols, coming in off the bench. She had a start this season back coming in off the bench, but she is an unafraid freshman. You see her big, strong frame. She's played well so far.
You see the purple and yellow braids, which she wears to pay homage to the Lakers and Kobe Bryant. UConn just 5 of 12 from the line in this first half. 6 seconds left in it. Burrell around the double screen. Thought better of it. 2 seconds left. Burrell got nothing going. Nice D from UConn and Westbrook. And that will do it for the first half. Ray Burrell with 14 points, the only player in double figures. Gino Auriemma's squad trailing by 1 to number 25 Tennessee at the half. How about Burrell? 14 points, was 3 of 4 from downtown. And Tennessee a 1-point lead at the half as we throw things over to Holly Rowe.
We're here with Coach Gino Auriemma. And Coach, I just wondered what it was like walking into that arena and starting this game tonight for the first time in 15 years back on Rocky Top.
It's so completely different, as you can tell by the way the game is played. The game doesn't resemble what it used to resemble back when we came here by both teams, to be honest with you. But, yeah, you walk around and came over for shoot around, and there's a lot of thoughts that go through your mind, and how many great players have been on this floor, how many great moments have been had on this court. So hope we get to see a couple of them in the second half.
Coach, I want to talk to you about things you can improve on in the second half. And one is offensive rebounding. They've got such a big lineup in. How has that size and that rebounding bothered your team so far, and what can you change?
We're not changing anything because we can't get any bigger when we go in the locker room. So we're not a really good offensive rebounding team to begin with. So we're hoping that we make enough shots, but in terms of, us getting more offensive rebounds, I don't see that happening. Like things that we could do, like somebody make a free throw. Like, I don't know, I think we're like 5 for 12 or something. That would help. That would put us up 4 or 5, 6, whatever right now. Somebody make a wide open jump shot. That would put us up a couple points. So the offensive rebound, that's not as big a problem as we can't shoot. And I said that game 1, and I'm saying it again. We can't shoot. So if we start making shots in the second half, we'll be fine.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach.
Assessment from Gino Auriemma, his team trailing at the half for the first time this season. Coming up after the break, I'll join Andy Landers and Sue Bird for the Jeep halftime report. Tennessee 5-1 after 2 quarters. Welcome back to the Thursday Showcase part of We Back Pat, as we honor Pat Summitt, her impact on women's basketball, both on and off the floor. Hey again, everybody. Ryan Rucco alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo, recovering from her hot sauce here. Rebecca, that first half, the player who stood out most on the floor, Tennessee's Ray Burrell, really effective in that first half.
Yeah, absolutely terrific. You heard both Coach Landers and Sue Bird talking about her at the half. Really good and effective on the defensive end, but also on the offensive end of the floor. This possession, Connecticut sends too many help side defenders. Kristen Williams didn't need to be there. It left Ray Burrell wide open for the two. And when you're in an on-ball screen situation, you're defending her, you can't go behind, because if you go behind, she will pull up with her 6'1" size. She will be able to shoot over you. Absolutely terrific in that first half.
Meanwhile, Paige Beckers, Olivia Nelson-Ododa, both struggling a bit in that first half. They combined to average just under 35 points per game this season, but they combined for just 7 points in that first half. This, the Basketball Hall of Fame Revival Series, UConn, Tennessee. The 24th meeting all-time between these two schools. Tennessee, a 1-point lead on UConn as we begin this third quarter. Renaya Davis was in some foul trouble in that first half. Had just 2 points, missed her first 5 field goals. As Burrell throws it out of bounds, turnover number 7 on the game for Tennessee as we check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, last year it was very similar, where Tennessee dominated the first half against UConn, and in the second half they really fell apart, and part of that reason was turnovers. UConn went into a different lineup, they pressured them, they did more full court pressure, and that pressure bothered the Lady Vols. We'll see if they can be better keeping the basketball. Turnovers have been an issue for Tennessee this year, but every single player I talked to for Tennessee said, we know that we melted down last year, we're not going to do it this time around.
Tennessee in that game last year, Holly, had 27 turnovers, and the player that caused many of them was the young woman we just saw score for UConn, Aubrey Griffin. And Ryan, not just Renaya Davis with limited minutes in the first half because of foul trouble, Jordan Horston as well, the starting point guard, only played 7 minutes.
First time UConn trailed at a half this season as Horston connects on her first field goal of the game.
Connecticut in the 2-3 zone, and you wonder if they will be able to rebound out of it, because that was a big story for Tennessee in the first half, getting to the offensive glass.
Neither team is led by more than 5 at any point. Nelson-Ododa had the position, couldn't finish. Good hands by Davis after the positioning from Key.
With the struggles Connecticut is having in their half-court offense, they're going to need to get some turnovers and steals to get this pace and the way they want it to be played, and the flow as well.
Transition opportunity there for Beckers, and Nelson-Ododa is followed on the foul. Olivia Nelson-Ododa is going to shoot 2.
2 6'5" post players, and Nelson-Ododa goes to the other side of the rim, but Renaya Davis there with her length coming in to help and gets the block shot.
Gina Auriemma was talking about how you use Olivia Nelson-Ododa against this Tennessee team. You see her numbers on the season, tied for 4th in Division I in field goal percentage. He compared it to the way he used to use Stephanie Dolson against Brittany Griner. They're just trying to drag those physical bigs away from the hoop.
And Nelson-Ododa came into this game 1 of 2 from the 3-point line, and her first couple of shots today in this game were threes.
Something we also saw from Aubrey Griffin. UConn struggles with the line continued with that trip from Nelson-Ododa as she comes up with a steal here. Westbrook the flick ahead, Griffin able to finish, and there it is, Rebecca, what Coach Landers talked about at the half, what you just talked about, the opportunities off turnovers.
Yeah, and that's what we saw a season ago in the second half. Turnovers leading to fast break points the other way for Connecticut.
Horston finds the cutter in Davis, able to squeeze it over to Key. Still 11 to shoot. Horston guarded by Beckers. Her pull-up jumper too strong. Rebound, Suarez puts it back and in. Westbrook was trying to box out, and Suarez came around the side.
That whole possession, you heard Evina Westbrook saying, I've got 2, I've got 2. Connecticut had too many players on the right side of the floor, and that's what happened. Tennessee got the offensive board.
Williams can't hit. Box out Suarez, rebound Davis. Davis dishing. Burrell the fake, the take, and the hit.
Once again, Kristen Williams right in her face, but at 6'1", she's unbothered.
Becker's a three, no. Rebound Key. Becker's 1 of 5 from the floor. Horston dishes into traffic. Nice decision by Key. Horston tried to force it, and it's out of bounds off of Tennessee.
Tennessee is at their best when they can get second opportunities, get to the offensive glass. Suarez able to do that there.
And a foul against Tennessee on the other end, after they felt that the ball had been last touched by UConn on the previous possession. You talk about Tennessee's rebounding. They have had the rebounding edge in all 11 games they have played this season. +6 on the offensive glass as Beckers still can't get it to drop. Rebound out of bounds as Griffin couldn't flag it down. Paige Beckers 1 of 7 from the floor now, 0 of 3 from deep.
And that's one of the best looks she's gotten all night. She had time to get that shot off. She's shooting 54% on the season from 3. Typically makes that shot.
One of the first word that Gino Auriemma used when we asked him to describe Paige Beckers is effortless. So the game just comes effortlessly to her. Described her as Aaron Rodgers-like. Not letting anyone rush her, always able to move and effectively execute at her own pace as she comes up with a steal there. Beckers dashing into the lane, lost it out of bounds. Last touch Tennessee. UConn ball. And coming up after our game, it's Arizona and Arizona State in Tempe. Sean Miller and the Wildcats are 10-3, 4-3 in the Pac-12, while Bobby Hurley and star guard Remy Martin look for the upset. Our coverage tips 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Beckers 4 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Williams got fouled, slipped it in, plus the foul.
And Connecticut might just need to simplify some of the things they're doing. There, screen, re-screen, let Kristen Williams go one-on-one. Gets inside, nice finish with the left hand. Tennessee's length has given them problems. They might just have to turn to more pick and roll, pick and pop, one-on-one ability.
Something Sue Bird pointed out at the half as well, with Williams being an effective member of UConn in that first half, but playing just 12 minutes in the opening half.
Because of 2 fouls.
42-41, UConn back in front.
I've really liked Tennessee's patience all game, and in particular against this zone. There are times where they can quick shoot, not move the ball around. They've not done that here today.
Davis leans in and connects. Back and forth they go. Foul on the rebound as Griffin went in for it. 1-point game, good action here in the third. Rarely is there a time we talk to Candace Parker where she does not reference the legend Pat Summitt. UConn and Tennessee meeting today, part of We Back Pat Week, as we check in with Holly Rupp.
Well, the Pat Summitt Foundation, the We Back Pat, is for Alzheimer's research. And I can tell you firsthand the struggle that Pat Summitt went through. Every time I would go to Knoxville for softball or football or basketball, I would always stop in and visit Pat Summitt. And on one of my visits, I saw a little book that she was doing. It was a word puzzle search. And she would time it up on the top and say, this puzzle took me 2 minutes, 58 seconds, and the date, and then the initials, Pat Summitt. Think about how precious and raw that is, that she was trying to keep her brain going as she ravaged and fought this horrible disease. So we are trying to raise money for Pat Summitt and that foundation tonight, and any donation will be helpful to research for Alzheimer's.
Well put, Al. Davis loses it. Suarez gives it up. The step back 3 won't go for Jordan Walker. And a foul is going to stay right here against UConn. And we'll see who they call it on. If it's Griffin, it would be her third. And it is the third on Audrey Griffin.
And that's very much the story for Connecticut defensively today. They had a great defensive possession. Tennessee forced at the end of a shot clock to put up a tough shot, but they got a second possession by getting to the offensive glass.
Tennessee a plus 14 on the glass overall. Davis, ball fake into the lane, can't finish, but is fouled. And 2 shots for Davis. That foul is going to be on Griffin, her 4th.
Really smart by Renee Davis to understand that Griffin had 3 and go right at her.
And so Aubrey Griffin, who is an enormous difference maker in the second half last year when these teams met, is now going to have to sit for the foreseeable future with 4 fouls.
And now UConn goes with that big lineup with both Aaliyah Edwards and Nelson Adota inside. Maybe that will make a difference for them on the defensive glass.
Griffin shaking her head. As both free throws good for Davis. And substitutions now is Key as well as Horston will check in for Tennessee. So Key, Horston, Kushkudua, Walker, and Davis on the floor for Tennessee. Edwards, Beckers, Williams, Nelson Adota, and Westbrook for UConn.
Yeah, Kelly Harper wanting to match Connecticut's size, so puts Key back in the game.
And the throwaway from Williams. Tennessee on the move. The pull-up jumper way too strong for Davis. Williams. Oh, nice little hezzy at the elbow and lays it in.
You heard Sue Bird talk about it at the half. Kristen Williams is the one who can create her own shot. We've seen it in the half court, now in transition.
14 for Kristen Williams to lead all UConn scores. Griffin, the only other Husky in double figures. She has 10, now on the bench with 4 fouls. Walker's 3 won't go, and a foul is going the other way this time. Tennessee called for the personal.
See the big player, you give a little hezzy, you know she's going to get out of her stance. And how about Williams contesting the shot blocker?
There's something about a good hezzy, isn't there?
Not when you're the big defender, I'll tell you that, Ryan.
At 5'10", I don't know what it's like to be the big defender.
I do.
You see UConn, how much more efficiently they've shot it from inside the arc in this game. Hey, tip off the weekend with the first game of our NBA Friday doubleheader. Celtics Sixers on ESPN. Plus, Saturday afternoon, Duke Louisville highlight our full day of hoops across all our networks. Saturday night on ESPN Plus, UFC 257, Conor McGregor back, squaring off against Dustin Poirier, the #2 lightweight contender in the main event. That's a look at Friday and Saturday's big lineup.
Another miss from Paige Beckers, which is remarkable just because she has been so efficient in all of her games until this one this season.
Beckers 1 of 8 from the floor. Horston around the screen from Suarez. Got denied by Edwards.
Little extra size inside for Connecticut, making a difference.
Beckers given a lot of space. No one picks her up. Can't finish as Walker was discarded underneath the hoop.
By Aaliyah Edwards. She's not going to get bullied by anybody.
Well, guys, Tennessee's done a nice job on Paige Beckers in this game, making things uncomfortable for her. Jordan Horston, when she hasn't been in foul trouble on the bench in the first half, in the second has been in her face, in her space. Horston doing a nice job making things just a little uncomfortable for Paige Beckers tonight.
And even there, Holly, where it looked like Beckers was going to get an easy bunny, instead it's erased via the offensive foul on Aaliyah Edwards, who was clearing out the lane. But Beckers, the freshman, the #1 recruit in the nation, who has a massive social media following, was a high school phenom and struggling so far tonight in her first matchup against Tennessee. But a lot of game left. Davis has been quiet tonight, 2 of 8. Can't hit there. Now 2 of 9 from the field, 0 of 2 from deep. Nia Davis, who averages over 14 a game. How about Williams? No.
Good box out by Kushkidua, not giving Connecticut second opportunities.
UConn 3 of 16 from three-point range in this game. They shoot it at just under 36% from downtown as a team. Not going down tonight. Walker connects on a 3. Jordan Walker ups the Tennessee lead to 4. Had missed her first 4 attempts from downtown. Beckers wants it in the post, won't get it. Walker on the steal with Suarez trailing to her right. Walker gets fouled and will go to the line.
The right idea for Connecticut. They saw the smaller Walker on Beckers, wanted to post her up. Aaliyah Edwards did not have the angle to get it inside. Great job by Walker to get around and get the steal and push the other way.
You know, one thing that Kelly Harper talked to us about was that UConn had not seen an opponent like Tennessee yet this season. She talked about it from a scouting standpoint as well, saying, you know, there weren't really any matchups we could look to and see comps to ourselves. Actually had to look back at last year's matchup, but also got the feeling that that could be an advantage for Tennessee tonight, knowing that UConn hadn't seen the sort of size that Tennessee brings.
I think in particular, you know, Connecticut hasn't seen that kind of size in the post or on the perimeter, but when you combine the two, even when you think you're ready, and then all of a sudden you're going up against somebody a couple inches bigger, a couple inches longer, it impacts you.
And Walker got hit with a technical foul there right after the personal. And that's interesting because obviously Tennessee's shooting the free throws, and the official scorers had said Jordan Walker was called for the tee, but perhaps it was actually on Aaliyah Edwards, who was called for the personal foul. Let's see and take another look, Rebecca. Maybe double tees here. So Walker was hit with one, and then I believe Edwards was as well.
So she looked at her and yelled, "and one," and
yes,
screamed. That would be taunting, and you get the technical for that.
And you know what it was? That's what it was, Rebecca. The free throws that were taken by Walker were just for the shooting foul. The technical was assessed against Walker, and that's why you saw the free throws taken by Williams. So that's the breakdown there. 4-point Tennessee lead as UConn turns it over again. They've got a little sloppier these last few possessions. Horston gives it up. Walker into the lane. Good steal by Beckers. UConn can hold for one, but with numbers, they're on the go. Beckers can't flip it in, and now Tennessee has a shot. Beckers now just 1 of 10 from the floor. Would you rather see her pull it out and have wound that down, Rebecca?
She typically makes those kind of fast break shots, and she needs something to get her going.
Horston can't finish, and that will do it for the third. Tennessee, a 4-point lead. UConn trailing after 3 for the first time this season. Fourth quarter coming up next. Well, representatives of the Pat Summitt Foundation presented its annual grant of $500,000 to the medical director and staff of the Pat Summitt Clinic. And tonight, Gina Auriemma and Kelly Harper each made personal donations of $10,000 to the event's 2 benefiting nonprofits, the Pat Summitt Foundation and the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Outstanding to see these teams meeting and contributing to an outstanding cause. And how about the attendance tonight for this game? Now, normally, maybe this number wouldn't raise your eyebrows in a positive way, but today it does. 3,553 most in any Division I women's game this season. Previous high, 3,500, South Carolina 5 times. Obviously, limitations to how many fans can attend, but great to see and hear some fans in the building tonight as Beckers misses again. She's 1 of 11 from the floor in this game.
But I like that call. You know, a pick and roll. She gets a really good look from the elbow. Gino Auriemma trying to get her going. Got her a good look.
Leading scorer for UConn is Paige Beckers, the #1 recruit in the nation. Incredibly decorated high school phenom who's been off to a great start her freshman year. Williams off the turnover. Gets a look from the corner and hits. Kristen Williams connecting from downtown. She has 18.
Yeah, she's been the one consistent offensive threat for Connecticut.
That's one thing talking to the UConn coaching staff, they'll say, is she has been more consistent this season than ever before.
And also has done more things, not just focusing on her shooting and scoring anymore.
Burrell on the follow, no, another chance, gets held up, and a foul is called. Just as Burrell was about to turn it over, a late whistle comes in, and Gino Auriemma understandably upset.
I didn't see the foul initially. I mean, great work continually by Ray Burrell. Really good. You could have been a jump ball there. If anything, that's a jump ball or a travel, Ryan. That's not a foul.
No, absolutely not. Looked like it was going to be a jump ball, and then it was just going to be a turnover. That is a foul, yeah. And Olivia Nelson-Ododa gets called for it. So free throws coming for Tennessee. Tennessee 5 of 8 from the line in this game. UConn can look to the line as one of the reasons why they're trailing by 1. 8 of 17 from the stripe, something Gino Auriemma lamented when he talked with Holly Rowe at the half.
72% from the line on the season, Connecticut is.
And neither team has painted a Monet from the stripe.
I sounded a little like Yoda there.
You did. I'm proud of you. So is your son Thomas.
That's right.
He's getting older though. Is he still into Star Wars?
Of course he is.
I mean, I'm 34 and I love it. So this season of Mandalorian, unbelievable. 50-48, Tennessee in front of UConn. 8:34 to go in the fourth. Aaliyah Edwards given space and banks it in. This game is tied at 50 apiece. Buckle up for this fourth quarter. Exactly what you want with UConn and Tennessee. Horston swooping through, denied, and Olivia Nelson-Ododa saves it. Opportunity in transition. Oh, the Euro step by Williams. The follow by Paige Beckers. Finally gets one to drop and puts UConn back in front.
Credit Nelson-Ododa for the block, the save, getting the ball to her teammate, leading to an easy, well, not so easy, two the other way.
Krishkitawa fires to Davis. She splashes. And it's tied again.
Nice pass by Krishkitawa to find the open Davis on the baseline.
You can see the animation of Kelly Harper. A few feet out on the floor, coaching this defensive possession for Tennessee. Beckers in and out on a three. Edwards the offensive rebound, but dribbled it out of bounds. And UConn turns it over.
The block by Olivia Nelson-Ododa, and then the extra effort to keep it in play. The Euro that's missed, but Beckers finally gets one to fall. Yeah, Olivia Nelson-Ododa, you should be happy. It started with you.
A test for number 3 UConn on the road at Tennessee. Tied in the fourth. Horston, too strong. Rebound Beckers, 2-on-1. Beckers with Williams. Williams a three. No. Rebound underneath. Nelson-Ododa kept it alive. Beckers kicks to Williams. This time will attack. Couldn't finish. And a foul is called, I believe, on Horston going over the back. It's going to stay here with UConn. That'll be the first team foul against Tennessee in this fourth.
I thought Kristen Williams got hit on the shot when she went up initially. Nice job penetrating baseline.
I think you're right on the head.
Yeah, right on the side of the head. Although I don't know that UConn wants to be on the free throw line in this game.
Oh, man. Third foul on Horston. UConn 8 of 17 from the stripe. The three is good. Avina Westbrook against her former squad. 11 on the night. And UConn in front by 3. Becker's the tip, and it's out of bounds off of Burrell. The defense from the freshman Beckers, and Tennessee turns it over.
Showing some emotion. Paige Beckers is at her best when she can lead her team. She's getting it going now. Little on the offensive end, little on the D.
th meeting all time between these teams. UConn a 3-point lead, 6:29 to go in the fourth quarter. UConn leads the all-time series 14-9. UConn 11 national titles, Tennessee 8. Last Tennessee win against UConn was 2007. These teams did not meet for 12 years. Following that, it ended last season, a UConn 60-45 win over Tennessee. Paige Beckers now 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals to go with 6 points. Gotten more active here in this fourth. Here's Westbrook. Williams guarded by Davis. 13 to shoot. Beckers looking to create. Sets up Edwards. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound Davis. An opportunity for the Lady Vols. Catch, fire, in and out on the 3 from Walker. Rebound flagged down by Williams, sending off Kushkinawa. Here's Williams, weaving, dishing, Westbrook, you bet! Avina Westbrook with 2 monster threes in this fourth quarter to give UConn its largest lead of the game. It's 6.
For the middle couple quarters of this game, Avina Westbrook has been quiet no more.
Westbrook now with 14 against her former team. Burrell trapped. Tennessee looking for a bucket. Davis from the foul line, can't get it to go. Rebound Westbrook.
Connecticut doing a nice job in the fourth quarter here, corralling the defensive boards.
Nelson Adota gets fouled. Great position and a nice entry pass from Avina Westbrook.
Nelson Adota got key on her high side, and when you're stuck on the high side, you cannot recover. Right here, great positioning, perfectly placed pass by Avina Westbrook.
Fourth foul on Key. See if UConn can hit its free throws. They are 8 of 17 on the game, and another miss. I'd imagine it's going to be an unpleasant practice with Gino Auriemma when it comes to the free throw line after this.
Yeah, Tamari Key just picked up her 4th foul. She was really good in the first half. 8 points on 4 for 6 shooting. She's not gotten a field goal attempt here in the second half.
And Ray Burrell has gotten just 3 field goal attempts in this second half. That one won't go. Westbrook saves it to Edwards. Westbrook's fingerprints all over this fourth quarter. What a dish. Beckers finding Williams for the layup. And the lead is now 9 for UConn. Tennessee needs a timeout. UConn fired up. They have taken a 9-point lead on a 9-0 run.
Connecticut getting it going. Avina Westbrook with a pretty 3, and then Paige Becker. It's been a quiet scoring night. Woo! What a dime.
UConn on a 9-0 run. They have a 9-point lead. Last bucket came here. You see Paige Beckers, the freshman phenom, sort of rolling that right ankle just before the delivery to Williams. And as she came to the bench, noticeably bothered by what just transpired. So we will keep an eye on Paige Beckers and see if she's affected in any. You can see she's gimping a bit back out on the floor.
And we've talked about her 2 for 13 for 6 points, but wow, she's impacted the game in other ways. She's gotten rebounds, she's assisted the ball, she's gotten steals.
And some big moments of this fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Tennessee has missed its last 6 shots. Suarez with a big bucket to end the 9-0 run and breathe a little life back into Tennessee.
Tennessee extending out some pressure now against Connecticut.
Nelson Adota being harassed.
Becker's really hobbling.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, she is having a tough time moving right now. I mean, may have to consider getting her out of this game. Westbrook in and out on a 3. The follow is good. Nelson Adota on the putback.
We saw the 3 the last time down for Tennessee, but Connecticut's 2-3 zone through most of this half has given Tennessee trouble. It's not allowed Ray Burrell to get great looks or get many touches.
Burrell has gotten just 4 field goal attempts in the second half, has scored just 2 points. Renaya Davis has struggled all game. She's 3 of 11. Walker on the attack, gets denied by Nelson Adota. Here comes Westbrook, weaving. And Beckers will calm things down at the direction of Gino Auriemma. And he will now take a timeout. Paige Beckers laboring through it after twisting that ankle. We'll step aside for just 30 seconds. Hang with us. A 63-55 UConn lead over Tennessee. 3:12 to go in the fourth quarter. And UConn has really locked down on the defensive end in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, in the second half, Tennessee's turned the basketball over more. They were great from the three-point line in the first half, 5 of 10. Less efficient here in the second as you see Beckers leave the court.
So Paige Beckers out was hobbling big time after twisting that ankle these last couple possessions. See if the rest of UConn can get the Huskies to the finish line. Edwards gives it up. Griffin in with her 4 fouls now. Williams travel, and UConn turns it over.
So without Beckers on the floor for Connecticut, your concern necessarily isn't on the defensive end of the floor. It's on the offensive end because she has been involved a lot. As you see her get her ankle taped up. Even though she hasn't scored at a high clip, she has really set up her teammates offensively.
The leaner is good for Burrell, and Ray Burrell with just her second field goal of the second half. It's a 6-point game. And a whistle. And a timeout taken by Gino Auriemma. 2:27 to go in the fourth. A 6-point UConn lead over Tennessee. Hey, these rivalry games start a stellar college basketball Saturday with 4 games on ESPN and the app. Number 9, Kansas squares off against Oklahoma in Norman at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. Then we head to Chapel Hill for NC State in North Carolina. The Tar Heels have won 5 of the last 6 and 9 of 11 against the Wolfpack.
I think that timeout was a hurry up and get Paige Beckers ankle taped so I can put her back in the game timeout. Coach Auriemma buying just enough time for her to finish getting that ankle taped up.
I think that was an accurate assessment.
Yeah, that's how it's going to go in the stat sheet as well.
Well, guys, Janelle Francisco, the athletic trainer for UConn, doing a very quick job. You saw her take her to the tunnel right under the bleachers and quickly get that foot taped up. Paige still not 100%. She's not going back in this game right now.
We'll see if Paige Beckers does come back in. 18-8, UConn has outscored Tennessee in this fourth quarter. They have a 6-point lead. 2:20 to go. UConn 8-0 thus far this season, number 3 team in the nation. Tennessee number 25. Williams for to shoot, gallops through the lane, dishes to Westbrook. Can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound, but a rejection from Burrell. And here comes Tennessee. Down 6 with the ball. Horston given space. Burrell, the shimmy, the kick. Suarez looking for help. Maybe got away with a travel. Here comes Davis. Down the lane, lays it in. It's a 4-point game. And now Paige Becker is getting ready to check in as she limps to the scores table. Williams carving, backing it out. Williams, the mid-range, short, rebound, juggled, and UConn another chance here. It was in the arms of Tennessee, but how about UConn with second chances making a difference in this fourth quarter after Tennessee had been the one dominating the offensive glass all game.
And absolutely huge right there because of the 2-possession lead Connecticut had, the time that's on the clock for them to get another one.
Paige Becker's checking back into this game after twisting her ankle moments ago. On this feed, Beckers, you see the right foot just give out a little bit, and afterwards clearly hobbled, came to the bench, went back into the game, but was not mobile. And then, as Holly told us, had to be taped up. Now back in with 1:16 to go. UConn leading by 4 over Tennessee.
You would expect Paige Beckers to initiate, but Kristen Williams and Avina Westbrook have both been very good, especially Kristen Williams creating off of the bounce, perhaps drawing defense, then getting it into Westbrook's hands.
UConn, 1 timeout remaining. Gino Auriemma has had to spend quite a few of them over the last few possessions as he tried to navigate the Paige Beckers situation. And Tennessee, 2 timeouts remaining. Each team has issued 2 fouls in this fourth.
And if it gets a situation late where either team has to foul, they're going to have a couple just to get to the bonus.
Here is Beckers. Beckers gives it up, gets it back. Beckers moving through traffic. Nelson Adota can it to 3. Rebound Horston, a chance for Tennessee. 1 minute to go in the fourth. Horston shovels beautifully to Key, who lays it in. It's a 2-point game. Under a minute to go in Tennessee. UConn had built the lead to 9. Looked like they might run away. Resilience from the Lady Vols. A 25-second difference game in shot clock. 10 to shoot. Williams on the wing. 5 to shoot. Williams in trouble. 3 to shoot. Beckers a 3. You bet! Paige Beckers, limp and all, connecting on a 3 with the shot clock fading. And UConn's lead is 5.
It looked like UConn was stuck, moving the ball around, nothing open. One more pass. Paige Beckers delivers. She's had a struggle at times tonight shooting the basketball. Woo, and she knows it.
That's why you get her back in the game. A massive shot from the freshman. With the shot clock fading, and UConn's lead is now 5, 24 seconds to go. How about the strategy for Tennessee?
Tennessee advancing the basketball, of course, and they don't have to go for 3, especially with the way UConn has shot free throws here tonight, but they have to go quick, a quick drive. If you get the 2, you get it. If you suck the defense in, then you kick it out for the 3. But remember, they still have to foul 3 more times to get Connecticut into the bonus.
UConn undefeated thus far this season, just their 9th game. 24th meeting all time between these two schools.
And Connecticut with 2 fouls to give. If you use them judiciously, you can help eat away the time on the clock.
See how Gino Auriemma's squad uses them. Tennessee doesn't advance the basketball. Here comes Horston. Horston dashing into the front court. The flip is no good. Rebound, Beckers gets it away to Williams. And the foul issued by Tennessee. And as Rebecca said, you're going to have to foul multiple times now to get UConn to the free throw line.
I don't understand why Tennessee didn't advance the basketball there. Wasn't it their timeout?
Believe it was.
It was after a made basket. You call a timeout. You could advance the basketball.
Maybe they wanted more of a runway into the front court.
You don't need runway. You need the extra time on the clock. You're going to have to foul right away as quickly as you can, Tennessee. Connecticut, of course, needs to get a clean inbound.
They have 1 timeout remaining if they have any trouble. There's foul number 4, and now Tennessee's going to have to foul 1 more time to put UConn on the line. Deckers to inbound. Deckers gets it into Westbrook. She's fouled by Burrell. And Avina Westbrook will go to the line where she's 1 for 2 tonight. As Holly detailed earlier, the first Tennessee player ever to transfer to UConn. She has had big buckets all night, but especially in this 4th quarter. A couple of huge threes, 14 points in all. UConn as a team has been woeful from the line tonight. 9 of 19, 47%. Westbrook rims out the first.
And either way, a 2-possession ball game, whether she makes or misses. Now, if she misses, Tennessee needs to make sure to box out and get the defensive board.
Second free throw is good. Timeout, Tennessee. UConn 67, Tennessee 61. 14.1 to go in the 4th. Paige Becker's first taste of UConn, Tennessee. She hasn't shot it well tonight, but she has hung in there and made some big winning plays.
Yeah, she had one of the biggest shots of the night late, but early she was still having an impact, not scoring here. Ray Burrell stuck to her. Even though Kristen Williams gets the lane to the basket, she gets the lane to the basket because of the attention Burrell is giving Paige Beckers. And then here, the defense comes out on her. Able to score mid-range jumper, one of the few that went in early. And then finally, she has so many eyes on her, and when she does, she is going to deliver to open teammates. 7 assists on the night, and when she needed to make the shot in the big moment, she got it to drop.
Massive 3 from Paige Beckers after UConn had a 9-point lead in this 4th quarter, courtesy of a 9-0 run following this game being tied at 52. Tennessee fought back, made it a 2-point game, and with the shot clock winding down, Beckers hit that 3 to extend the lead to 5. It sits at 6. Tennessee basketball with 14.1 to go. We are down to 3 remaining undefeated teams in Division I. NC State, Louisville, and UConn, the top 3 rated teams in the nation.
NC State has not played since January 3rd. The program's still on pause for COVID.
Those are your only 3 remaining undefeated teams in the top 25 AP poll. Tennessee to inbound, down 6, 14.1 to go. Burrell looking for a 3. Hoist can't hit. Rebound tipped around. Loose ball. Suarez flips it up. That won't go. Rebound Griffin to the floor, and that will do it. The UConn Huskies, with resilience in the fourth, prevail at Tennessee. 67-61 the final. It was not pretty. It was not easy. But UConn, gritty in that fourth quarter, found a way to separate and then hold on.
The defensive end switching it up in the second half to more zone for Connecticut. Took Ray Burrell out of it, but consistently throughout the course of the game, Kristen Williams came through on the offensive end.
And Kristen Williams obviously very punctual as well as we send things over to Holly.
Kristen Williams, 20 points for you in this ball game. How important was it for you and your teammates to stick together and get this big win and a close finish at the end?
It was very important. You know, we're a young team. This is our first big away game. So it's just our focus was coming out with a lot of energy.
You did that in the second half. Tennessee kind of controlled things early, but what did you guys do with that 2-3 zone and really disrupting them, and in particular, Ray Burrell?
Yeah, we started off in man, and she hit a lot of big shots. So we tried to switch it up and go to a 2-3, and it worked in our favor. So we just kept it going for the rest of the game.
Coach Auriemma said you have taken so many big steps in the last 5 days. What are you proud of that you have changed and added to your game to really be such a domino for this team tonight with those 20 points?
I just tried to impact the game in more ways than one. I just wanted to make sure our team won, and I think our team, it was a collective effort. And I'm just really proud, and I'm happy that we won for E.
You've got a budding superstar on your team in Paige Beckers, and she went out with that injury. She's limping around. What did you think with the 2-point game? She rises up to hit that 3-point shot.
I was so proud of her. I know it's not easy as a freshman, and she was off the entire game, but she made it when it counted. So I'm just super proud of her for sticking with it.
Kristen, for everybody that knows what this rivalry means, thank you so much. A big performance from UConn, and congratulations, 20 points for you tonight.
Thank you.
Well, congrats to tonight's Air Force Reserve Player of the Game. And that will do it from Tennessee. UConn, a 67-61 win over Tennessee. For our producer, Kerry Callahan, director, Jimmy Platt, Rebecca Lobo, Holly Rowe, I'm Ryan Rucco. Let's set things out to Tempe. Dave Pash and Bill Walton ready for Arizona State.